I wish we could be together more often. I've been so miserable. You have no idea.
Oh, I think I have an idea.
No, I don't mean you haven't suffered, too.
Good thing.
Yeah, but I can't help it. I just feel so guilty about Janice and the boys, and I'm afraid that they'll see the unhappiness in my face over the dinner table, and I just wish I could find a way to tell her and get the whole thing settled. Just wish I could see you more than once a week.
Larry, don't.
No, I know you're busy.
Oh, God.
I guess I made it sound like a lunch date or something. I'm sorry. I'm such a wreck.
Larry, why do you have to pick at everything like that?
I said I was sorry.
Well, let's just be quiet, okay? Please?
You comfy?
I think I said I just.
Okay.
Look, really, why don't we just drift a little now? I'm sleepy. I don't feel like talking.
Seems like I never feel like talking anymore.
What would be the point?
That's kind of harsh, don't you think?
We just keep going over the same ground, don't we? We always come back to the same things. You talk about how miserable you are, and then you worry about Janice and the boys, and I talk about how my life, which I can hardly bear, is so busy.
You trying to tell me something?
God, I don't think so.
Well, really? Ellen.
I'm not blaming anybody. I just want to sleep a little, okay?
Okay. But I know I won't sleep.
You sound determined.
I just know myself. Ellen?
What?
Nothing. It's silly.
I expect nothing less. Tell me.
You wanted to sleep.
Just say it, Larry.
Well, it's just that okay is okay, and wonderful is wonderful, and nice is nice. They're not all the same thing. I told you it was silly.
What sort of assurance are you looking for here? I thought it was nice. I thought it was wonderful. I'm here exactly as I have been every Friday for the last 2 months. Nothing has changed. All right? Oh, you are such a warrior.
I'm sorry. But was it nice or wonderful?
Pick one. You were that.
Pretty glib about it, don't you think?
Really?
Okay, never mind.
Look, what is this?
I was just asking. Nice is not wonderful.
Is this a grammar lesson?
I'm just saying a true thing. That's all.
Oh, God. You were wonderful, great, terrific, magnificent, and glorious. Fucking Earth moved.
Okay.
Oh, don't tell me I hurt your feelings now. Oh, come on. Is this itty bitty feelings hurt?
Don't do that. It tickles.
This? Huh?
Cut it out, Ellen.
Well, I'm tickling you. It's supposed to tickle.
Well, I'm not in the mood.
All right.
And don't be mad.
I'm not mad.
Sorry. The whole thing is silly.
Whatever you say, Mr. Man.
There's no need to take an attitude. Ellen?
Darling, I think it's a little late to be worrying about whether or not we've been okay in bed, isn't it?
What, so now it's just okay?
My God!
It's never too late to worry about a thing like that.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, I didn't mean it that way.
Well, where did you mean it?
Boy, is this some afterglow we've got going here.
Oh, I can't help it. Ellen,
What?
do you ever think of him when we're...
Stop it, Larry.
I told you I can't help it.
You are being ridiculous. I can't believe you bring him up that way.
You don't think about him then?
This isn't a movie, Larry.
No. I know. Why'd you say this isn't a movie? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I forget it.
What, you think I'm being overly dramatic?
That's natural enough, isn't it? Under the circumstances.
You know, I really don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'll tell you something. I can't get him out of my head.
You think about him
Of course I do.
while when we're...
Sure, all the time.
Oh, God.
That makes me queasy.
You mean you don't think of him? He never enters your mind.
He never enters my mind. I have trouble remembering him while he's speaking to me.
And you don't compare?
Compare what?
Nothing.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, Larry.
Don't be mad.
Look, I don't think about him, okay?
I mean, he used to tell me things in those first years you were married.
What things?
Forget it.
Jesus Christ, what are you talking about? What things? What things did he tell you?
Never mind, okay? It's nothing.
Oh, it's nothing? So why can't you tell me about it?
Don't get out.
I want a glass
Don't.
of water.
I'll get it for you. There.
Thank you. Now tell me what fucking things he was talking to you about, Larry!
Well, he is my brother, after all. Men talk about their about sex, you know. Come on.
You mean he would tell you about what we did? Oh, boy. Oh, okay, give me an example.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, come on, I want to know. You tell me. Tell me.
Don't cry.
I'm not crying. God damn you. Tell me.
He said you did oral things. And that you were excitable.
Excitable.
That you'd cry out.
Oh, Jesus. God! Oh, boy. Oh, this is funny. This is fucking classic. Larry?
I know.
You're really an asshole, you know that?
Okay, I'm sorry. It was a long time ago. It was boys talking.
Well, but... Now, okay, let me see if I can get this straight. Now I'm not living up to your fantasies based on what Joe told you about me? Is that it?
No, oh Christ, you make it sound...
But you are. Yeah, you are. You're thinking of what Joe told you, right?
I don't...
Oh, that isn't men for you.
Don't startle that crap. There's nothing to extrapolate from the fact that my brother told me a few things a long time ago.
Yeah, well, maybe Joe was lying. Did that ever occur to you? Maybe I wouldn't be here with you now if Joe was half as good as he must have said he was.
What, you mean the only reason you and I...
Oh, boys, this ever a fun conversation. Tell me what I'm apparently lacking according to the legends that you have heard.
Stop it, Ellen. I just wanted to be sure I was giving you pleasure. Oh, hell, never mind.
No, this is interesting. You want to know if I think you're as good, right?
I wanted to be sure I was giving you pleasure. Is that such a terrible thing?
And there was no thought of gratifying your male ego?
Please, don't hand me that feminist shit. No, not now.
Well, isn't that it?
No, that is not it.
So you couldn't tell from what we just did that I was getting pleasure out of it?
Okay.
This whole thing bothers you more than it does me, right?
Well, he is my brother, after all.
Well, he never deigned to remind himself of that fact. Why should you?
Well, because he is my brother.
And when was the last time he played that role with you?
This isn't about roles or role playing, okay? This is blood. No, Ellen, stay, please.
When was the last time he had anything to do with you? Besides ordering you around and berating you for the fact that you don't make $870,000 a year setting up contracts for corporate giants. Do you remember when I got interested in astronomy? And he bought me that big, expensive telescope, and we started looking at the planets and the stars and making calculations and charting the heavenly bodies in flight. Remember that?
I guess.
So I was looking through the thing one night, and it came to me that the distances between those heavenly bodies was like the distance I felt between him and me. And it didn't have anything to do with sex. The sex was fine then, back then. At least I thought it was fine.
Fine, not nice or wonderful.
Jesus, you're beginning to sound pathetic.
It was a joke, Ellen. Can you take a joke?
I wasn't joking. I was trying to tell you something. If this was a movie, I think I'd be trying to get you to kill him or something. Make it look like an accident.
Good Lord.
Why not? Happens all the time. We could play Hamlet. The Classic love triangle.
Let's stop this. Okay?
Hey, Larry, it's just talk, right? I'm babbling because I'm so happy.
Why'd you marry him anyway?
I loved him.
You thought you loved him.
No, God damn you. I loved him.
Okay. Sorry. Can you forgive me?
I don't know what kind of person you think I am.
It's just that this is all so strange for me, and I can't keep from thinking about him.
You mean you can't stop thinking about what he told you about me in bed?
No, I really wish I hadn't mentioned that. I'm not talking about that now. That isn't all that we talk about.
You told him all about your adventures with Janice?
Stop it, Ellen.
Well, tell me. Give me an example of whatever else you talked about.
I don't know. When I was in Texas that time, and he came through on one of his trips. You and he were just married the year before, I think. He was so glad. He told me stuff you guys were doing together. You know, places you went, New York and the Grand Canyon, and he even had pictures. You looked so happy in the pictures.
I was happy. We were married 10 years. What do you think? It's all been torture? Jesus, Larry.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, well, he's happy. He's got his work, his travels, his pals. His life is organized about the way he likes it. You know what he said to me on our last anniversary? He said he wasn't sure he was as heterosexual as other men. Imagine that.
What the hell was he talking about?
He doesn't feel drawn to me in that way. He hasn't touched me in months, okay? Do you need me to be as graphic about all this as he was back when we were 25 years old and I believed that what happened between us was private?
No, don't. Come on. I'm sorry. Don't cry.
I'm not crying. Anyway, this really doesn't have anything to do with him.
Wish we could stop talking about it.
You're the one who brought him up, buddy.
Don't be mad. Come on. Please.
Well, for Christ's sake, can't you just enjoy something for what it is without tearing it all to pieces? You know what you are? You're morbid.
I'm scared. I am. I'm scared.
Scared of what? Joe? Huh, he's in another time zone, remember? Won't even be home for another week.
I think I'm scared of you. It's like on the outside of you, some way. Like there's a wall. I can't see through. I don't know what effect I have on you, or if I really mean anything to you.
Do you want me to simper and tell you how I can't live without you? Well?
I don't know what I want. It's like you're a drug and I can't get enough of you, but I get the feeling sometimes I can't express it exactly like, well, you could do without me very easily. I do, I get that feeling.
Poor Larry.
I can't help it.
And now you expect me to reassure you about that, too?
There's nothing wrong with saying you love someone.
And that's what you want?
Never mind.
No, really. We started with you worrying about whether or not you were as sexy as Joe, or whether or not I found you as sexy as Joe.
Let's just forget it, okay?
Are you afraid of what my answer might be?
I thought you had answered it. Look, Why did you want to get involved in the first place?
I think it just happened, didn't it? Well, Larry, didn't it?
That's the way it felt.
Then why question it now?
Well, you said you looked through the telescope and you saw the distance between the stars.
Are we going to talk about this all night?
Well, why haven't you divorced him?
I might. Someday. I might.
But why not now?
Do you want me to? Where would I go?
You could come to me,
I'm here now.
or we could get married.
Oh, please. Can we change the subject? Can we talk about all of this later? Surely you can see that this is not the time.
You don't believe me? I mean, it would be terrible for me to leave Janice and the boys, but I think I would. If you were really free and I could have you, I really think I would.
You do? You think you would? Well, would you or wouldn't you?
I said, I think I would.
Oh, Larry, you are fucking hilarious. You know it?
Well, I believe I would, well, once you were free.
An article of faith.
There's no reason to be sarcastic.
I know, Larry. Let's talk about the stars crossing through the blackness of space. Let's talk about the moons of Jupiter and Mars.
You're being sarcastic.
I'm simply trying to change the subject.
Okay, we'll change the subject. If that's what you want,
That's what I want.
we'll change it. Fine.
That's what I want. Well,
I'm thinking. Jesus. It'll give a man a chance.
terrific.
Just wait a minute, can't you? Ellen,
I'm listening.
did you ever think we'd end up here?
Well, I don't think I'm going to end up here, particularly. You make it sound awful.
You know how I mean it.
All right, darling. Let's just say that from where I started, I would never have predicted it. Oh, you're right about that.
I feel the same way.
Now, if you don't mind, sir, can we sleep a little?
Sorry.
Stop apologizing. I swear you are the most apologetic man I know. Do you know how many times a day you say you're sorry about something?
You're right, sweetie, I'm sorry. Jesus, listen to me. Oh, God, I've been so miserable.
Christ.
Okay. I won't talk about it anymore.
Is that a promise?
I promise, sweetie. Really.
Thanks, kind sir.
I think I should go soon.
I guess so.
Sweetie,
Larry?
do you love me? I just need to hear it once. Honey? Are you going to? Ellen? Sweetie, please. Ellen?